Welcome to the Retro Video Store Podcast.
Hallelujah.
Welcome everyone to the Retro Video Store Podcast. I'm your host Eric.
Hi, Eric.
And that's my co-host Neil.
I'm Neil. And do we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja David with us today?
I'm back.
Wow.
Wow.
Feel the enthusiasm.
Wow, I'm back.
Nothing's
Fucking Eeyore.
changed.
He goes to Alabama and he comes back as fucking Eeyore. Thanks for noticing. Carrying around a deflated balloon.
You haven't been on all year, David.
That is
I haven't.
the worst. That's a fucking awful dad joke, dude. You got to stop with that shit already. Let's just talk to David. Leave dad jokes out of it.
I cannot remember what the last episode I was on was.
Well, we've done like 7 so far this year, so you have not been on for at least 7 episodes.
And I've listened to all of them. You guys are doing great.
Thank you.
He's so full of shit. You're so full of shit.
I felt like Superman
so
3.
Look at your fucking face.
I know he's lying his ass off. He's lying his ass off. You don't care about this podcast.
No, I do.
Mm-hmm. Well, welcome back. What have you been up to? Tell us what's new in the world of David.
Yeah, I went to Alabama and worked for a long time, and yeah, there's really my life is boring. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Have you seen any movies? Well, let's just do it formally. David, what have you been watching over the past 2 months? Anything?
I'll be honest with you, man. I've hardly seen anything. I did go see. I just watched the other night, The Testament of Ann Lee. I went downtown and watched that.
What's that one about?
The Shaker movement with I don't know, some religion, and it's got I can't remember her name, but she's one of the mean girl. Oh, Amanda Seyfried or whatever.
Seyfried. Yeah.
Seyfried. Yeah, she's in that. It's like about the Shaker religion movement, and it turned out to be more of a musical, and the way the audio was, like, I kind of, I can't hear, and so it was more of a picture show for me because I couldn't really hear cause I have to watch movies with subtitles on, and so I just sat there for 2 hours, like, watching people sing and dance and walk around and talk that I couldn't hear. I was like, well, it looks good.
So having a chainsaw next to your ear for the last 20 years hasn't really helped your hearing?
Did not help. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you guys, that's literally the only movie I've watched in like 2 months.
Out of all the movies that you could have picked from, I did not think you would pick that movie, because there's like Primate and Send Help, and there's like, some good genre movies out right now.
I know. I would rather watch Primate or Send Help, but yeah, it was the way things happened. I was sitting in
you were with a girl.
Yeah, I was in a matinee showing watching The Testament of Ann Lee, and I had no idea what was going on.
Or a nice young man, I don't know, but we'll
yeah. And I sat there and I watched the show, and yeah, that's literally. I'm not lying. That's all I've watched in the last 2 months. I've watched some basketball, obviously some football, but no movies or TV shows. I just didn't have the best service out in Alabama to stream anything, so I had to use my
choose what you watch. Know your worth. Know your worth with what you watch, David.
And I had to use my imagination a lot in Alabama. So
the only stream in Alabama is a stream behind a camp. There's some streaming back there. Called fishing it.
Yeah. There was like loose dropping calls left and right, and then could hardly watch anything. So it was just I had to use my imagination, walk around the woods, and actually talk to people.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
So what he's saying, I'm reading in between what he's saying, is that he had to buy dirty magazines. That's what he had to do.
He had to get them shipped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you? I missed you guys. Do you hear that sincerity in my voice?
I
I'm
do.
Sure, I'm sure you missed Eric right now, because he just seems
giving you
he
shit.
seems really interested in your private time habits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What have you guys been up to?
Same old work.
Working
Podcast.
and watching movies.
Working and watching movies, yeah.
Oh,
Neil, what about you?
I got new bagpipes. Ooh, I sold my old set. I got a new set, and they are sweet. They sound so good. So I have been playing bagpipes a lot after work, and people kind of coming around going like, "Oh, hey, that's really loud. I can hear you from all the way over here. Good. It's carrying. Nice. That's the point. So super happy." So I started on, I believe it's on Peacock, the new series, The Burbs.
Yeah, I saw the preview. How was it?
I watched the first episode. It was good. It was funny. So that was kind of cool. I went and then at home I watched Final Girl, which was pretty entertaining and funny, and it had some good shock kills in it. So that was fun. It really kind of spoofed the genre, which was interesting. And then I also watched, and I know I'm going to mess up the title, as I just watched it today. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
I saw the preview. That looked good. I haven't
saw it at the theater today. I 100% recommend it. I mean, they beat you about the head, neck, and shoulders with what their message is, but Sam Rockwell is freaking amazing in it, and it's just quick. It just moves. The dialogue is so good. I would take the time to go out and see that one at the theater if I was you guys.
All right.
That's what I watched.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Good to see it. Good to see it. Do you mind trying to fucking talk to Dave? Hey, good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Loving seeing that hospital mug again. That's beautiful. That's a thing of beauty right there.
Still kicking.
Yeah.
Probably hasn't been washed in a year, but it's still.
Yeah, whatever. It adds to the seasoning. It adds to the flavor. Looking good. Look like you're staying fit, staying healthy. Nice and trim.
Thanks.
Good for you. Good to see it.
You. Trying.
How's the weather? Weather's good out there. Good to be home. Weather's nice.
It's all right. Eric, what have you been up to? Guy, I can see the look on his face, Neil. We got
to Stalin. Well, I was going to ask Neil if he is going to watch A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, because I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I'm actually considering watching it, considering I'm not a big series fan. But Welcome to Derry was so amazing, and HBO does good series, so I was thinking about watching that one.
One episode left on Welcome to Derry, and I kind of don't want to watch it because then it's going to be over. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, you want to savor it.
It was so great. Pennywise, when they're burning down the club, the Black Airmen's Club, he goes, "I'm sorry, do I have face on my face?" So good. That was such a great quote. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. No spoilers. Put your ears back on.
No more spoilers.
No, it was just something.
David, no spoilers. Sorry.
It was just something Pennywise said that was really funny. Night of the Seven Kingdoms is queued up and ready to go. I'm going to start watching that. Start watching that tomorrow.
I hear nothing but good things about it. That it redeems the Game of Thrones name.
The Game of Thrones was great until like the last 4 episodes.
Yeah,
and they just rushed. But they didn't have material. That's the thing. Fucking the writer still hasn't. I don't think he still published the last book.
Well, I just read a thing that George R.R. Martin is not in the mood to write The Winds of Winter, and I really think it's because of fan backlash. They just keep every time somebody sees him, "When are you going to finish the book? When are you going to finish the book?" And he's like, "Fuck you!" I'll finish it when I am.
So speaking of books, there is a series of books that I have read. I think there's like 8 total now, called Dungeon Crawler Carl, which it's called literary RPG. So it's sort of based on like a video game where the aliens seed worlds and they seed with different types of humans. And then they come to our planet, take every structure that is on the planet and smash it down. Anybody inside instantly killed, and then they get recycled later on. And then because it's basically a universal culture, we're just a byproduct of it. We're not like unique. Anybody left outside is given a chance to walk down into a dungeon and compete on a reality show to see how far down they can make it and eventually get a deal after they reach like a certain floor. And he's got a cat with him. The cat gains sentience and it's a pretty decent character. Anyway, it's written by this dude, Matt Dinniman, and he just released a new book and he did a book signing. So took off and went to that and got to meet the guy. So that was pretty cool. Since we're talking about books, if you have not picked those up, you owe it to yourself. You got to get a few chapters in before it really starts to pick up, but then after that, they are fantastic.
I've heard a lot about it, and I heard it especially from you, so I'll have to check it out.
He fucking
I need to sit down and read something. My brain is rotting from lack of reading.
Well, I started his new book, and it's Operation Bounce House. It's been pretty good so far. But he hates the bagpipes. He like disses them a few times in the book. So I took him one of the challenge coins from our band, since it's a police band, and like he showed it to him like, hey, this is what we do. And like we play for people that have been killed in the line of duty. And, he was sitting there looking at the thing. He goes, hey, my brother is actually a sheriff back home in wherever they're from. And I said, cool. I just thought I'd give you this, see if we could maybe get a little bit of love for the bagpipes in one of the later books. And he goes, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So that was fun. Got to actually meet the author. Got a couple signed copies of some books. I actually read. There were no pictures in it, but you guys need to pick up these books. They're freaking awesome.
All right. Spinning back to what did I watch?
No. So anyway, they're going to make these into TV. They're going to make these into a TV series. He's actually sold the rights. Seth MacFarlane's going to do it. Would you be interested in watching something like that, David?
No.
No? Are you sure?
I don't like Seth MacFarlane.
Well, no, he's not in it. He's producing it.
Oh. Eric, what'd you watch?
What did I watch?
Not a lot. So much fun.
Not a lot. I watched Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And for some reason, I was like super emotional when I was watching it. I think I was just laying on the couch and it happened to be on, so I started watching it. And when Spock dies, it always makes me sad. But when Kirk's son tells him, "I'm proud to be your son," and I'm proud that you're my father, and all that kind of stuff, I'm like holding back tears. I just texted Jamie. I'm like, Star Trek 2 is making me cry more than usual. There's something about the movie. It is the goddamn best space movie of all time. I put it above even Star Wars, in my opinion. Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, is my favorite all-time space movie. It's just fucking awesome. It is great. I think we should redo it sometime, but it is so good. It is. I mean, I'm just, when I watched it the other day, it just hit me right on an emotional level. And I was like, this movie's fucking amazing. It's really, really good. And then
are you starting to fucking empty nest already? I know your kid's 18, but holy shit, you're manstrating on us here.
Not quite.
About this.
not quite yet. He's going to graduate though pretty soon. It's just kind of scaring me. But yeah. And I watched the end of Scream 4, which made me think of next week we should do Scream 2 for the podcast in conjunction with the opening of Scream 7, which I'm kind of excited to see. So we'll just kind of get on that Scream bandwagon. We did My Bloody Valentine, David. What is your opinion on My Bloody Valentine before we jump into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I think I was there for My Bloody Valentine. I think.
No, we just did it.
Ah, really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, I liked it.
Mm-hmm. We may have to do the 3D remake one of these days.
Yeah,
this is supposedly just disgusting and bloody and gross and stuff like that. So,
yeah, I've seen it.
And we do have viewer or listener email. Listener Andy, listener 2 of 4. He's from Fife, Scotland. Said, this weekend I watched what could be the most terrifying film I've ever seen, the 1984 made-for-television BBC film Threads. This has a certain notoriety in the UK. I was too young to see it the first time around, but found out that the whole thing is on YouTube. Do check it out if you want to cover this. I think it could help me work through this trauma, and keep up the good work. Thanks, Andy. Threads had an American counterpart. And Neil, I bet you know the name of that counterpart movie in the United States about nuclear war that freaked everybody out. Everybody was talking about it the next day at school.
Oh, The Day After?
Yes, The Day After. The Day After is kind of like the American version of Threads, but I have heard that Threads makes The Day After look like nothing. Look like it's like, just a walk in the park. I have heard many and watched many videos about how Threads traumatized an entire nation, and it's super, super bleak. So eventually I want to watch it, and maybe we can do it for the podcast. But I appreciate the email, And if anybody else has a suggestion for us, rvspodcast222@gmail.com. And we appreciate the email. So thank you.
That movie fucked with me in elementary school.
Yeah, the day after, it fucked with me too. There was one even worse than that, talking about mutations, and it's kind of tangentially related to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was another one called Testament, and it used to be on, get ready for it, it used to be on HBO all the time. And it's about this small town that is like, miles and miles away from a big city, and the nuclear fallout starts to affect the city, and everybody dies slowly of cancer. And it just was bleak as hell. I remember that as a kid. That traumatized me probably more than any of the other movies, because it was just like how it affected people away from that stuff. So yeah, that freaked me out. So I think maybe, and I was talking to you guys about it earlier, we should do a technology run amok month in March and do Runaway with Tom Selleck, The Matrix, Akira, and what was the last one I thought of? I can't remember. It was another technology run amok movie.
Let me look.
Yeah. Technology.
War Games.
Oh, War Games. Yes, that was one of the another nuclear scare movies from the 80s. David, you were probably too young to remember the Cold War as much as David and as much as Neil and I do, but you were still affected by it, that Cold War sentiment.
Yeah. Would you like to play global thermonuclear war?
I just thought it was awesome that Matthew Broderick's character had a modem in his room on his computer. That's the first movie I've ever saw a modem in. I'm like, no way.
Would you like to play global thermonuclear war?
So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990. I had not seen this movie in a long, long time, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It was very nostalgic. There are some issues, I would say, but overall it's a fun movie. And I think it, David, is probably right in your wheelhouse, your demographic to watch this movie. When did you watch it, David?
I remember watching the movie theater when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and instantly went home, took the head off the broom, and I had my bow staff and went outside, and I think Daryl had 2 sticks, and we started pounding on each other, and then of course, hit each other in the face, arms, all that stuff, and then Dad came out like, knock it off.
Nice.
Yep.
I remember seeing this in the theater with Neil. We saw this in the movie theater.
You know what's crazy is that when we were waiting to see the movie this afternoon, you know what is showing? An anniversary showing for a whole week. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh, really? The Secret of the Ooze?
Yeah. And there was Vanilla Ice was up there doing his thing. And it's like okay, I'm pretty convinced my phone listens to me, but now I don't want the theater screen listening to me as well.
Oh, it's so funny because my younger sister, Jan, is 9 years older, and we used to watch the VHS of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Secret of the Ooze, over and over and over again because she loved that movie. So it made her like 8 when the sequel came out. We would watch it over and over and over again.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Do you want to hit us with the Internet Movie Database tagline, Neil?
For Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's so fucking funny to me. I don't know why. It's just such a great way. Let's look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle page for IMDb. And then, of course, it starts off with 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles emerge from the shadows to protect New York City from a gang of criminal ninjas. Or the Foot Clan.
Yes.
The Foot.
Well, I remember seeing the comic book come out for the first time, and we didn't really have any comic book shops in Farmington, New Mexico that I can recall. But I think Walden Books or maybe Hastings had the first edition of like the first 6 issues in like a trade paperback. and thinking it was freaking awesome. And this was before the cartoon came on, and it was super dark, and you can tell that it was a parody of Daredevil and Ronin, the Frank Miller comics, because Daredevil fought the what?
He fought ninjas.
But what were the ninjas?
Weren't they called the Hand?
Yes, they were the Hand.
Weren't they the Hand?
Yes. Daredevil's ninjas were the Hand.
Is this why you wanted to change Dave's name to Daredevil in the group chat?
I like your turtle train on April. I don't see that.
You just saw my
Neil's
chat name.
Neil's screen name is Turtle Train on April. Yes, they all had the hots for April pretty bad.
I was really disappointed that you didn't notice that originally. It took you this long to see what I put up there.
That cracked me up. So, yes. So I didn't really watch the cartoon because it was very kiddie oriented.
Okay. Here's how embarrassing this was. When I told my wife we were going to watch this movie, she was stoked. Mm-hmm. She's younger than me, so she remembered the cartoon very vividly, and she started to sing the theme song while we're cooking dinner. And then, of all the things I forget, I did not forget all of the lyrics to the fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon theme song. I knew the whole goddamn thing by heart. Hadn't thought about it in I don't know how long.
Heroes in a half shell.
Turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team. Turtle power. They are heroes on the half shell, and they're green. I've got the whole thing. It's in my head.
Way than I do.
It is in my head. When the evil shredder attacks, those turtle boys won't cut them no slack. It's stuck in my head, and it lives there. You're welcome.
Remember the 4-player video game from Konami? Now that was really put, I think, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the public consciousness. If you weren't aware of the comics,
they had this one. They had the Marvel one as well. That was really, really good.
Yes.
What's the best one of all time of that multiplayer game?
Simpsons.
Like that? Fuck you, Golden Axe.
Golden Axe.
Know you.
Well, Golden Axe was a 2-player one. I was thinking about the 4-player ones because X-Men was 4-player, Simpsons was 4-player, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were all 4-player. But I will agree, the 2-player one, Golden Axe, was by far the best. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that was definitely. How many times did we play Golden Axe before we went to see a movie?
A lot.
Yeah,
I'd be really curious to know in $26 how many quarters we pumped into that arcade across from the theater.
Oh my God, the Fun Factory. Yeah, we would play there all the time.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about the Fun Factory.
Dude, that place was great. You could go in through the mall, or it had that one exit, the one entrance exit, like right on the side where they had like the pool tables and all the shit like that.
That's where all the drug dealers were going down. The older people, scary older people were playing pool and stuff like that. And the kids would play near the front where all the new video games came out. If you wanted to play Asteroids or Space Invaders, you had to go by the pool tables where the scary people were.
They had that cool track and field game, where the dude had the mustache and you had to sit there and tap the buttons really fast.
Yeah.
I watched a dude take a plastic comb and was like flicking the plastic comb, and he was just getting amazing scores. So I had to go buy a plastic comb so I could sit there and try to figure out the technique.
So they have these home arcade games that you can buy. I have one in the basement, and it's got Galaxian and Miss Pac-Man and Galaga and all that kind of stuff like that. But they do have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that for $500, it's you could spend worse money on one. It's a perfect recreation of the games and stuff, and the joysticks and stuff are pretty good too. It would be fun to get, but yes, this movie was directed by Steve Barron, who was known for a lot of music videos. We'll talk about some of the music videos that he directed. He did Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, Burn It Up by Madonna, Summer of '69, and Run to You by Bryan Adams, Money for Nothing by Dire Straits, Electric Avenue, wow, Don't You Want Me by Human League, Pale Shelter by Tears for Fears, Africa by Toto and Take On Me. So he was a famous music video director who started directing this movie and then got fired right at the end And then his cut is pretty much the cut that you see, but he did get fired right near the end of the movie. He directed a movie called Electric Dreams, which don't remember. He did Coneheads, which I will say is a guilty pleasure movie. I still enjoy Coneheads.
Consume mass quantities.
My favorite part is Beldar's firework at the at the stupid at the high school football game, and he just puts up this one firework and looks like a lame, and then it blinds everybody, and that always killed me. Yeah. Other than that, he did not direct very many other movies. The Adventures of Pinocchio, that CGI awful Pinocchio from '96. Ugh.
Was that the one with like that annoying actor?
Not Roberto Benigni.
Yeah.
No, it was just.
I thought he was. I thought he was in that Pinocchio.
He did do a Pinocchio.
Okay,
but it was not that one.
Okay.
Roberto Benigni. Yes. So filmed in North Carolina in late '89. The turtle suits and animatronic faces were created by Jim Henson's Creature Shop, one of the final major projects before Jim Henson's death. And the suits still look good, in my opinion. I think they look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Except for sometimes you can see the people's faces inside the mouth.
There's that extra set of teeth that looks like it's going to come at you like the alien.
That was a little scary. But Neil alerted me to this, and I think it was your wife Sammy who saw this in the trivia. They did a lot like Little Shop of Horrors. They would shoot the film in slow mo, like in a slower frame rate, and then play it back at a higher frame rate to make the mouths and the action look faster. And which scene did you say you noticed it the most in, Neil? That you could see that it's kind of jacked up.
Oh, holy shit! They were talking about pizza, and they were like going back down into the sewers, and just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just got like turtle meth, and just like moved really super fast.
So that was probably a bad edit, but yeah, the amazing Chinese film company Golden Harvest threw in the money to produce the movie, and New Line Pictures produced it. Nobody wanted to put up the money because they didn't think it was going to be a hit, but it was a huge hit. It was released March 30th of 1990 with a $13.5 million budget, but made $202 million total in the box office. So it was a huge success. And there was two
cash back. That was good.
Yeah, pretty good investment. It was the highest grossing, ninth highest grossing film of 1990, but it was the highest grossing independent film ever made until it was beat out by the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. The cast and crew, Judith Hogue is April O'Neil. I don't know if she's been in anything else, but I did enjoy her as April O'Neil back in the day. What was she in? She was in Big Love.
All right, I got her.
All right.
Let's see what we got here with Judith Hogue. And she's still acting as of 2023. She was in a movie called Roll With It, but let's get back and see if there's anything. A couple TV shows. She was in the movie Hitchcock that came out in 2012. Sexting Suburbia, Big Love, Weeds.
Yeah, tons of TV. She was in a lot of TV.
She was in the 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street. Uncredited, though. Yeah, a lot of TV stuff. Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, she's still doing it. Grey's Anatomy, Ghost Whisperer, Bones, a bunch of those shitty ass TV shows. NYPD Blue, Seventh Heaven. Oh.
Lots of CBS shows like Criminal Minds, CSI New York. Is that CBS? I don't know. You know what it is? Those crime drama procedural TV shows. Good on her, still getting work. The guy who plays Casey Jones, Elias Codius, he reminds me of a young Robert De Niro. Did you get that vibe? Totally. He looks like him. I was expecting him to go, Raphael, I heard things.
Yeah.
I heard things, Raphael. Really lighting it up.
Riveting. Riveting. Way to go.
Look at that. Corey Feldman was one of the voices.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Yeah, you couldn't tell?
Yeah, if you've
speaking of, have any of you watched Corey Feldman? Is it Corey Feldman versus the World? He's got like a biopic out where he's just apparently really unhinged and thinking like people are out to get him and shit.
No, I haven't. What's it on?
I don't know. I've seen clips of it, but I've got to look it up. I'm really curious to watch. I just love people that are not self-aware. And Corey Feldman is pretty much the king of that.
You love that, Neil. That's all you send me on Reels is people with no self-awareness dancing and singing and doing things. And just, yeah, it is like Neil feeds off the cringe.
I love it. So as soon as I see one that's shitty, I'm like, that's going to Eric. Right there.
You send those to me all the time. Like, no. You want to hit us with the critical consensus, Neil?
Sure. Let's do the critical consensus. On the film's initial release, Roger Ebert gave it 2.5 out of 4 stars and concluded it to be nowhere near as bad as it might have been, and probably is the best possible Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah, I'd still say it succeeds in that role.
Yeah. But this is upon the film's initial release that he said it's probably the best possible Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, because he's comparing it to all those other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. It implies.
Have you seen any of the Michael Bay ones?
Where they're like gigantic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to give those a chance. Like the special effects were great, but just not near as much fun. Mm-hmm. They're like 400 feet tall and like bulletproof shells and shit. It supplies, in other words, more or less what Turtle fans will expect. Ebert singled out the production design, which he described as a low-rent version of Batman or Metropolis. Variety praised the film's tongue-in-cheek humor and amusingly outlandish martial arts sequences, but thought it was visually rough around the edges and sometimes sluggish in its plotting. Are you prepared for this next bit, boys? Janet Maslin of the New York Times criticized the cinematography, stating that it was so poorly photographed that the red masked turtle looks almost exactly like the orange masked one.
That bitch.
I know. Kim Newman wrote in the Monthly Film Bulletin that he found the characters reminiscent of the early 1970s Godzilla film series, describing the turtles as lovable monsters in baggy foam rubber suits who befriended lost children and smashed things up in orgies of destruction that somehow never hurt anyone, and dropped the occasional teenage buzzword but are never remotely convincing as teenagers, mutants, ninjas, or turtles.
Wow. It's a little harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was probably upset it wasn't filmed in black and white and they didn't speak French, and one of them like smoked and talked about, how horrible existence is. Variety, the New York Times, and the Monthly Film Bulletin all noted the Asian villains of the film. Variety described overtones of racism in its use of Oriental villains. So it's really fucking weird that you've got ninjas that are also turtles that would be fighting a ninja clan that wasn't ethnically diverse.
Yes, we all know where ninjas, come from. They come from, Idaho or something.
What do you want, like the fucking Swedish chef? Are we going to kick your arse here? Oh, the Swedish ninja. So stupid. All right. Well, Maslin stated the story's villainous types are Asian, and the film plays the yellow peril aspects of this to the hilt. Newman noted a racist joke on April O'Neil's response to the Foot Clan. What's the matter? Did I fall behind on my Sony payments? Finding that the film expressed a resentment of Japan's economic strength, even while the film is plundering Japan's popular culture. Ebert felt there was no racism in the film.
Roger, I think I'm going to side with you. I never felt that at all, even as a kid or even as an adult. It was the 90s, man. 1990. Yeah.
I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Lloyd Bradley of Empire gave the film 4 out of 5 stars because Lloyd is seemingly a reasonable man, stating a well-rounded, unpretentious, very funny, knockabout adventure, subtly blended so that it's fun for all the family. Owen Gleiberman, writing for Entertainment Weekly, gave it an F rating because Owen is a fucking stick in the mud. Go kick rocks, Owen. Finding that none of the 4 turtles or Splinter had any personality, but felt that a young audience might enjoy the film. Holy fucking shit. You mean, wait, hold on. A movie based off a comic book might be geared towards a younger audience.
Yes, and a cartoon that has a cartoon.
Yeah. Noting he might have gone for it too had I been raised on Nintendo games and the robotic animation that passes for entertainment on today's Saturday morning TV.
What a dick.
Why a bitter old motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck this guy.
Entertainment Weekly and the New York Times praised the work of Jim Henson's Creature Shop, with Maslin stating, without which there would have been no film at all. No shit, because there had to be turtles, Janet. These people taking themselves way too serious. As of 2025, the film has an approval rating of 46% on Rotten Tomatoes, based on reviews from 57 critics. Because as we all just learned, the critics are dicks. And an average rating of 5.1 out of 10. Let's see. What's the consensus state? It says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is exactly as advertised. One-liners, brawls, and general silliness. Good for the youth at heart, irritating for everyone else. Metacritic, it's got a score of 51 based on 21 critics, indicating mixed or average. Turtles co-creator Peter Laird praised the film in the 2014 documentary Turtle Power, the definitive history of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, saying, I cannot sit here and honestly say there's anything I would change about the movie to make them better. Kevin Eastman went on to say in 2022 that this film will always be the best turtle film adaptation.
Nice. I watched a bunch of documentaries or video documentaries about Eastman and Laird.
So
and
shocked.
They were they were just guys who wanted to make a comic book, and they would make like parodies of Daredevil and other Marvel comics. And one time he just drew a turtle, a ninja turtle, and it literally was like a turtle, like a real looking turtle with some nunchucks on its flippers, taped to its flippers. And then they wrote Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and thought it was funny. And then they kind of expounded on it, and they self-published. They developed their own company called Mirage Studios, and they self-published the first run, which was only like 1,000 copies or less, or maybe less than 1,000, but they all sold out. So they made another run and sold even more, and they copied another run and sold even more, even before they even did the second issue. And it got bought up really quick, by the toy company that was interested in it, and they made the cartoon, and they wound up selling it like in 2009. Or Eastman sold to Laird, I think, early, and then when one of the still creators sold it outright, and it's like worth $15 billion now. The franchise, as far as like the amount of money it's made. So from a tiny little independent comic book to a $15 billion media empire.
See, this is why we should have stuck with all the weird shit that we were doing in high school. I remember Eric did a whole cartoon strip about a penis that would eat bologna sandwiches. And we should have stuck with that idea. There could be everywhere. There could be dicks with bologna sandwiches. With bologna. Yeah,
I somehow don't remember that because I can't draw or shit.
Well, you were the idea man. I was drawing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you were always I can never draw. I'm terrible at it.
Specifically stating you wanted that one more veiny. I remember that very specifically. We should have kept that idea.
Both David and Neil are talented artists. They do a really good job. I am not. I'm a good bullshitter. That's my strength.
What did we call it? It was Big Veiny Bastards. Wasn't that what you called the strip?
You're totally making this up.
You gave me all those notes, man, and some of them I couldn't peel apart, which was pretty trippy. Mm. Like you glued them that way. There's a European character. He had this weird hood. It's so strange.
The sweater. All right. The turtleneck.
See what you did there.
So the movie starts out, of course, there's crime wave in New York City, and everybody's got that kind of stereotypical 90s New York punk look that a lot of, like, if you watched Rumble in the Bronx, You'll
Exactly what I was going to say. Look like all the bad guys from Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx. Know exactly what we're talking about. And we got, of course, your 4 turtles. Leonardo is the leader. Raphael's the hothead. Donatello is the sarcastic tech guy. Michelangelo is the party dude, the pizza-loving party dude. They all love pizza, but...
They all love pizza. To this day, I still don't know which is which, and I don't care.
I don't really
look at Donatello.
remember.
Don't give a shit.
Yeah. All I know is Michelangelo's orange and Raphael's red. I get Leonardo and Donatello mixed up all the time.
Weren't they going to do a movie? I think it fell through where the one with the swords was like the last one left, like the other 3 had been killed.
Yeah, there's a comic book called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ronin, and I think it's Raphael who's the only one left because everybody else died. If I remember when I watched some of those things. And you're right. I think I just saw this week that you and I must be looking at the same shit because I saw that they had fallen through the idea for it.
I'm sending you enough of those amazing videos that our algorithms are starting to sync.
Our algorithms are synced up. But, yeah. I did enjoy April. I thought she was cute back in 1990 when I was 17.
Again, very shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Very shocked. Oh, somebody deal with that cat.
Yes. Damn cats. But so David, beyond beating your brother up with sticks and stuff like that, did you have this on VHS? Did you watch this on?
I had it on VHS. We used to play the video game all the time at Chuck E. Cheese. So I remember they had the where you could play all 4 characters at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we used to ride our bikes down to Chuck E. Cheese and play there all the time with, bucket full of quarters. And then, definitely had it on VHS. Watched it all the damn time.
Very cool. The movie is fun. I think some of the stuff that sticks out to me is my favorite part, and I love when Splinter is in the cage and he's doing the little kung fu, the ninja moves.
That's so amazing.
I freaking love that part. I always thought it was hilarious and cute and funny and it is cool. What I didn't like is the stupid kid, the redheaded kid who's like your typical, 1990s TV show runaway teen, where he's stealing money from April and runaway from his dad, and he goes to the Foot Clan hideout. Oh, nice. Is that April? Is that what you're showing me?
That's April.
Yes. Neil always finds the not safe for work photo of the actress and throws it into the show notes. Yeah, I would say A's, if you know what I mean. A's? Get it?
No, don't get it. There, can you tell now?
Yes, A's, definitely. Thanks, Neil. I thought
the little whisper to say, "Thank you so much, Neil. Thank you so much."
The kids' lair of the foot gang's hideout was kind of cool as a kid. Lots of video games, kids smoking cigars.
Play. Oh, young Sam Rockwell. He was in the movie I watched today.
Yes, I noticed that. He's totally stuck out. Sam Rockwell with his little...
he looked a lot like mustache. Splinter when he was young. He could have been Splinter. Put a beard on him, you would have never known.
That is the one animatronic that looked cool when it was still, but not so cool when it moved. Not when it was moving.
I made it funny.
Yeah, Raphael's got that accent. He's a cabbie or something like that. And he said, "Damn," which I remember being controversial with parents back in the day. Damn. And he said bitchin' once, I think, as well, which was shocking to young kids' ears at the time. Bitchin'.
Thank you, Neil.
What did you think of the martial arts in the movie, Neil?
So obviously they had guys that were physically talented. but the execution of it was ass.
Yeah.
But I mean, but the thing is, it's supposed to be comic and silly. They weren't looking for like a brutal, hardcore fight.
Yeah.
So you had guys that could obviously move, could obviously do stuff, just being goofy.
Mm-hmm.
So for what it was fantastic. You know,
yeah. For a movie aimed at kids in 1990, I thought the martial arts were pretty good.
We're pretty good. What used to be, my wife would always get tickets for like Marvel heroes on ice, and we would take Joe to it and watch these elaborate productions. And you know, underneath those costumes, they've got former Olympians, because you could see the skill, but it was just them inside goofy ass costumes, not really skating their hearts out. Same thing with the movie.
I remember the age of taking Andrew to those type of shows. We saw Phineas and Ferb live.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
And we saw Yo Gabba Gabba live a couple of years before that.
There's a party in my tummy, so yummy, so yummy.
Yeah, that was the
Jack. What about the Jack Black episode of Yo Gabba Gabba?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a good one. We recorded
Yo Gabba
that
Gabba was
one.
like the hipster kids show, David, if you weren't
yeah, I have no idea what it is.
They had a lot of indie bands on there and lots of cool guest stars, like Elijah Wood and Jack Black, and it was a fun kids show for kids at the time. And the Aquabats.
Do the carrots want to go to the party in your tummy?
Yeah, it was a fun show. But yeah, they used to have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live that would travel around everywhere, and it was if you wanted to see one of them play the guitar, then you could do that.
That would be the ultimate 80s experience. Play the guitar while you're kicking somebody.
Mm-hmm. You know why? To see that Marvel show when I was a kid.
It was good. The one we watched was pretty good. Mm-hmm. I think the only reason that the Turtles were successful in this was because none of the Foot Clan had an Uzi or a switchblade.
Yes. That would have probably been a little too intense for the target demographic.
That would have just taken people out.
What's the odds of kids getting nunchucks and whapping themselves in the head after watching this movie?
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
Yes. I remember it was at the fair or even at the mall. We had there was a Asians, or like martial arts weapon store where you could buy
all the shitty stuff, man. It was all so shitty too.
Yeah, it was really poor quality. But I remember I had a yellow pair of nunchucks, yellow and black for Bruce Lee, and had
the shin knockers or the nutcrackers. Which did you have?
I had the shin knockers, and also hit myself in the head once. But
whap, 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 whap.
Mm-hmm. I still have the Ninja Star belt buckle that you got me, Neil.
Dude, totally sweet.
Yeah, very sweet. But back in the day, ninjas were huge. That was the big old deal. David, did you ever injure yourself? Well, obviously, you already told us you injured yourself with fake martial arts.
All the time. Yeah. Yeah. We had the broomsticks, and we'd cut one in half with Dad's handsaw. And so we had someone could be I think Leonardo has this 2 swords. Mm-hmm. And then we had the other one that was like the Donatello, and we, in the backyard, and whack each other's knuckles and hit each other in the head. Like, oh fuck, and just keep fighting.
Oh, I ruined my body with actual martial arts, so I'm not a huge fan anymore.
I still remember the first time I ever met David and Daryl when I was driving to their house to pick up Jamie, my then girlfriend, now wife, and David.
For the sexual intercourse, David.
And David and Daryl and some of my friends were boxing each other in the front yard.
That's right. We used to set up the rope around the tree and stuff. We had a little rope, and then we had the gloves, and we were.
Did you have like the sock and boppers? Did you have like legit like gloves?
We had legit gloves, but then we got sock and boppers because my dad thought we wouldn't hurt each other as much. But the problem was like you would hit each other hard enough that your hand would go like all the way through the
kind
sock
of
and bopper.
Into the sock and bopper.
Yeah. So then it was just like there wasn't much padding, and then and that was like how we broke the Christmas tree that one year. Was we busted out the sock and boppers and fought in the living room, and I had a really big friend at the time, and he I cheat shotted him in the nuts, and he uppercut me and just sent me to the Christmas tree, and it snapped in half, and we duct taped it back together, and all the presents were smashed, and we like rotated them around like my stepmom would not see. And then one night, the top of the tree just kind of went.
It just toppled over on its own.
There's those duct tape, and my dad was not happy. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Really missed your traumatizing childhood stories, David. They bring a lot to the show. I always enjoy them.
On this episode of David and Daryl Ruin Christmas.
That's awesome. I remember that. I think go back to the movie, the best action sequence is in April's apartment where they go through the floor and they set the building on fire. And, I thought that was probably the biggest set piece action part of the movie that was,
unlike the showdown with Shredder, which was shitty.
Yeah, that was very anticlimactic. I think it was better in The Secret of the Ooze because it was Super Shredder in Secret of the Ooze.
I bought that in a one of those like only seen on TV stores. The Super Shredder.
Oh, really?
Yes, next to the Ginsu knives
and the Ron Popeil pocket fisherman.
The pocket fisherman, man, you get out and catch some fish with that thing.
Yeah, the movie as a whole is pretty fun. It's kind of funny. Just it holds up in the sense that it's still entertaining, but it's got enough nostalgia to make you forgive some of the parts that aren't so good, because so many kids remember this. This is a like an iconic movie for a certain group of kids because they saw it when they were young and they still hold on to it, and people still love it now. Like you said, if they're having a anniversary showing of Secret of the Ooze for a whole week, there's obviously an audience for it.
Dude. And then the best part of this at the end was TURTLE power. TURTLE.
MC Hammer doing that?
MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, he was banking on this in the Addams Family.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
That's before he decided to go get all naughty with the pumps and a bump. Pumps in a bump. Bumps in a bump. Remember that?
On the half show, they're the heroes for. In this day and age, who could ask for more? The crime wave is high, with muggins mysterious. Our police and detectives are furious. Yes, great lyrics. MC Hammer.
Oh, another thing about the movie is that it had oddly like adult moments between like April and Casey. It was like, I'm going to give you this massage, and there was like this flirtatious thing going on with them that was kind of a little out of place for a kids movie, especially when all the other kids have boners for April.
There it is.
You're pointing at David, or are you pointing at me?
No, read what's right there.
Shitting monsters. Oh, Turtle Train on April. Okay, you're pointing at the wrong part. Yes, Turtle Train on April.
Where the hell did shitting monsters come from? I'm drawing a blank with that one.
Yeah, David, where did shitting monsters come from?
I'll be honest with you. That was whatever last podcast I was on. That was what I was called.
Oh, you didn't change it. You just
I was going to change my name, and I saw that. I'm like, I don't remember what I wrote this for. And
shitting monsters.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't remember. That was funny. Did your son watch any of the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie shows?
No.
There was one that came out in 2010 that was actually really good. And it ran for like 6 seasons. I remember Andrew watching it and had a lot of toys that came with it. And it was pretty good with like the Krang and the other monsters that would like, attach to people and things like that. It turned out it was pretty good. And they had made a lot of use of their different type of foes that they had action figures for. Speaking of action figures, David, have you seen the trailer for Masters of the Universe?
I haven't.
Oh. Were you old enough for He-Man?
Yeah, I remember He-Man.
Yeah. So the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys were basically the same size as the He-Man toys. So they would make a good fantasy match in your brain if you had both those toys as kids.
We didn't have those toys. It's crazy. Like we every year would ask for action figures. And every year, my friend down the road had like the coolest Batman, Superman, Spider-Man action figures. These little, I wanted those every year, and then we wanted the Turtles or He-Man. We didn't have those. Like every year, we just got more Legos, Lincoln Logs, and building blocks, and it's like, fuck, man. And so we'd have to like imagine that like this one was like Superman that we'd like build, some kid version of it. But,
More trauma. Do you think it's not because your dad couldn't afford them? Your dad had plenty of money. Did you just not pay attention to what you wanted, or did your mom put the kibosh and said, "You guys don't need those"? Or
well, remember, my mom wasn't around, and so let's just keep opening that bag. But
it's like Cable talking about your mom. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, David, to me to open these.
Yeah, mom wasn't around, so it was like I think my grandma and my dad buying the gifts, and we never got like anything we wanted. The one time we got something that we wanted was we got a Barry Sanders football, and that was because my grandfather, like, we talked about it, and he was like, "Come on, boys!" And he took us and he bought us a football, and yeah, we loved it. But other than that, like if we wanted to, like, we got Hot Wheels, but other than that, like we literally like would hand over, go through the J.C. Penney or Sears catalog every year, be like, we want this, and then there'd be a box that would say to David and Daryl, and he'd open it up and be fucking tube socks again. You're like, well, another box of tube socks.
That pretty much cemented your dating life.
Yeah, and I remember my sisters always got Barbies. Like, they always got Barbies, and we never could get an action figure. And so I remember one time I took one of the Barbies' heads off or something, or leg, whatever, and I filled it with ketchup. And then remember, Eric, my dad found that cannonball. Remember we had that weird alley behind our house? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we found that cannonball back there, like the legit old cannonball. And so I remember my sister was rubbing it in one time when I poured ketchup in the Barbie, and then I put Barbie on the ground and I dropped the cannonball on top of her. And just everywhere. Screw. Yeah, there's your fucking toy.
I think your dad just didn't want you playing with dolls. I think that was probably the root of it.
Yeah.
Neil and I are at that age where we were like right in the middle of where a lot of really cool toys came out as we were aging out of toys. Like the Transformers came out, and He-Man and G.I. Joe all came out kind of in the same time. But it was like the spot where
G.I. Joe was a little bit before.
Yeah,
I had a few of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love G.I. Joes, man. Those were the best. Everybody either had Storm Shadow or Snake Eyes, or both.
I had the dude that had the weird, like, quilted orange thing on his chest that had the laser rifle.
Oh, really?
Because he had the visor that was clear, and I always thought that was cool. That was my favorite guy. His name was like Flash or some shit like that. Love. Who was
the one who changed color in the sun? You could put him in, and he like you put him in the sun, and he would change color. It was like Zartan or something like that.
Yeah, because he was the one that would change faces.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But those all came out when I was like 10, 11, 12, and then when you turned 13, you realize that you need to put childish things behind you because you have seen the inside of a Playboy magazine. You're like, what?
Dad, just get me a football like that loser kid down the road who doesn't have any toys.
You know, one thing that we played with, it was funny, was
keep it clean.
Yeah, well, everybody had toys, and my brother and our friends that didn't have toys also, we were playing with the Ouija board in the closet in the back. Like we had some random big closet. We'd sit back there and play the Ouija board. My dad was straight to the living room, and that was like how we passed time. And then watching bootleg VHS copies of Faces of Death.
So typical 80s childhood is what you're saying. Who didn't mess with the Ouija board in the 80s? Everybody did, I think.
Yeah. And
try to find copies of Faces of Death. Find a box of porn in the woods. Blow your thumbnail off with a M80 or Black Cat.
Or just trying to hammer something at random.
Yeah. Shoot yourself with a BB gun. Cut yourself on a chain link fence. Yeah. Neil just cut himself with a chain link fence.
Yep. Probably should have gotten stitches. It's been bleeding for 2 days.
Oh my God. Ouch.
Probably should have gotten stitches. I just keep it wrapped up real tight and change the Band-Aid a few times. Change the bandage a couple times a day. Fuck it.
David, give us your final thoughts on the movie. Would you watch it again? Would you recommend it? What did you?
Yeah, I've watched it a handful of times over the years. It's fun, a nostalgic piece of my childhood and a good memory. And honestly, it's entertaining. Like you see they did use a lot of the same shots over and over. I think like the fight in April's house, I think you see the same punch. One of them throws 3 times, the same shot. And I think when they're escaping, like you see them escape twice, the same shot. It's not great, but it is fun. And if you go back to when we were kids and this movie came out, it's just the same thing like when Batman came out with Keaton. Like how cool that was. Yeah, those are the 2 movies I remember when I was younger that was like, holy fuck. This is amazing,
Very good, Dave. That's good. That's a good memories about it. Neil, how about you?
Oh, I'd watch it. I'd watch it again. It was just stupid fun. I enjoyed the comic books. I enjoyed the movies. Looking back at them now, it's like, man, we've starved for entertainment, but it's just fun. I honestly, reading through the critics and how much they panned it, and it's a movie about turtles that are mutants that become ninjas from a rat that did martial arts in a cage, did karate in a cage, watching his master, and then they want to dissect it like they were making a masterpiece. If you're going to have this kind of hate for a film, save it for something like Black Christmas or like those fucked up Italian movies. Save the hate for where the hate really should be.
Well, very good. I agree with both of you on a lot of that. And I remember, and David, especially when you were talking about the Batman from '89 and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think both Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were priced on VHS for like $15 or $20. So when a lot of the VHSs weren't priced that way and everybody bought it. So I think every house had a copy of Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think Back to the Future eventually was priced to buy. So those were just in your library as a kid. E.T. also eventually came out as priced to buy. So there's a lot of those movies that you would watch either or tape off a cable as well and just watch the shit out of them. And Neil, I agree
tape off a cable, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, tape off of cable.
And Neil, I agree with you where, this movie is aimed for kids and it achieves what it sets out to do. You get to see some Ninja Turtles kicking ass and have fun. There's no higher, meaning to it. It's just a fun kids movie. Totally. All right.
I feel like watching a slasher. It's like watching a slasher movie and someone being pissed off. There was slashing.
That's true.
There's a lot of slashing in this film. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is a good movie. It's
is
fun.
mad again. Can't we solve this? No. All right, everybody. We are going to do Scream 2 next week. If you want to send us an email, rvspodcast222@gmail.com. We are also on the Instagram and on the Facebook. And if you want to do Buy Me a Coffee, go to buymeacoffee.com and look for the Retro Video Store. And if you send us email, we'll read it on the air. We appreciate all the feedback we get, and we've been getting a lot of good downloads the past month or so. So we appreciate that too.
I got to look up that Threads now so I can watch that this week as well.
What do you say, Dave?
It's good to be back.
All right.
Try to contain it though. All right. Sick of your fucking bubbly personality coming out all over the podcast with nobody else getting a chance to speak. Everybody have a good week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Retro Video Store Podcast.